Hello there, welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Anthony.
Hey guys, we're long overdue. Sorry for the hiatus.
We are very long overdue.
Let us explain ourselves. You might already have suspicions of the reason for our absence. So, and it's tied to the recent COPPA stuff that's been going on with YouTube. So, to kind of give you an idea for those of you who might not have been familiar, so COPPA stands for the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. And basically it was set in place by the Federal Trade Commission back in 1998 to protect children under the age of 13 from having their information collected or any other identifiers that could be used to track them or use targeted ads, and yada yada. As you can imagine, that can kind of lead to all sorts of illicit stuff being marketed to these kids. So there's a really good reason why this exists. So basically what's going on here is YouTube has been violating this law for a long time, and they've known that they've been doing it. So finally, a group of children's advocates complained, and the FTC came along, investigated, and found that YouTube was violating the law, had a settlement against them that resulted in them having to pay $170 million in this settlement. But that's not all. So what else came out of that is a whole bunch of new extra laws to assist with the implementation of COPPA. So here's where this affects us and why it's kind of made us go off the radar for a while. Now, what content creators are required to do is mark any video that's posted on YouTube as either for kids or not for kids. These two options do one of two things to you. If you choose for kids, the FTC's new enforcements for COPPA come into play, which basically means the comment section gets removed, targeted ads disappear, information collection, all that stuff. Your videos no longer get recommended. You can't get searched, if I understood correctly. So basically, it's a death sentence for your channel. If you put for kids for that video, you're basically never going to get seen. Or if you do, it's going to be lucky, and whatever revenue you might get off of that if you're doing this for a living is basically going to get cut by something like 90%. If you're doing this as a living, you won't be able to do that anymore. So the other option you can do is select as not for kids. That basically leaves your video functioning normally. There's the comment section, everything is still there. The scary part about that, the FTC is basically going to be trolling YouTube videos to verify compliance. If they decide that your video should be marked as for kids and it's not marked as for kids, they'll come after you as the content creator because your video is basically collecting information on children, and they come after you and they can fine you up to something like $42,000 per video. Basically destroy anyone who makes the choice of marking their videos as not for kids if the FTC disagrees with their determination. So that's super dangerous, and that's kind of what scared us away for a time and had us kind of drop our videos for a bit until we could kind of understand this better. And so now with that in mind, you're probably wondering, okay, well, if that's the risk, why are you back? Here's the latest in the updates according to Simply Nerdy. Again, we're not lawyers. If you want the full story, there's a lot of ways that you can look that up. But if your videos are genuinely intended for mixed or general audiences, then you are safe marking it as not for kids. So anyway, that's kind of why we're back, because that's the category we fall into. The situation is not 100% cleared up yet. I've been seeing a lot of other YouTubers who are saying that there's one in particular that I want to give cred to, Creekcraft. He's been doing a lot of very, very deep analyses on this. He actually even met with officials with the FTC to kind of get clarifications on this. So props to him. Based on his thorough research, it sounds like he's received several assurances from both the FTC and YouTube stating things to that effect, that if you are not trying to target this as for kids, your content is genuinely for mixed audiences, then you're going to be fine. We're not going to come after you. So that has encouraged us to come back on because we love doing this. But that doesn't change the fact that there is still some risk moving forward. We're being brave and jumping back on for the time being, but we're going to be watching that. And I would suggest strongly for those of you who want YouTube to remain a safe place for people who like happy things with fun, cool themes, to kind of take a stand on trying to get the FTC to clarify their rules. That's one of the things that Creekcraft was talking about in one of his latest videos. So again, cred to him. Take a look at the legislation, educate yourself on that, and see if there's ways that you can contribute to the discussion to help protect the content creators from a debacle in trying to enforce a law which has worthy goals, but implementation based on the initial impressions would be horrible. It would not work. It's a strange time to be a content creator on YouTube, but so far we feel like things are to a point where we feel safe to continue because we love what we do here. It's fun, talking about what we're passionate about. We like seeing your guys' comments and the idea that you enjoy hearing us rant and rave about video games is a fun thing for us. So we're going to keep doing this for a while, and let's just all keep our fingers crossed and see what we can't do to help protect content creators on YouTube.
So until then, you're stuck with us.
Yes, and our antics.
But you heard it here first. And until next time,
keep it nerdy. Thanks, guys.